Hey guys, what's up? Bisectatron here from Clash of Clans Manual, here with my next war recap video, and it has been a while since I have been in 49er War Clan, but I'm back, and I'm recapping the last war. I wasn't actually in it, but I'm going to go ahead and show a recap, look at some of the attacks, and looking at our war log, we have lost. We lost the Blue FCN war, which I might have recapped. I think I did actually. But we had a 3-war losing streak right after I left. My last war was against the crew, and then we lost the next 3 wars. And the reason mainly was because, to me, it seems like at least we had too many Town Hall 10s, and we're not able to really play that game. We're having trouble 3-starring the Town Hall 10s, and you need to get at least a handful of 3-stars in order to beat these top war clans. And you get higher level clans once you start having, more than half Town Hall 10s. You really get these tough matchups. So we've injected some Town Hall 9s that you can see in the most recent war. That helped us out, having a lot of Town Hall 9s. We got the win. So that's mainly what we're looking for right now is Town Hall 9s. But we're going to take a look at this war, and I wanted to focus on a specific attack a little bit more than the others. So we're going down to number 5, looking at I Am Groot. And looking at this base, it's a maxed out base, 35 king, I guess some lava walls, but besides that, and also defenses actually. Uh, all the defenses are about 1 under in the ring at least. But very high level base, and this is kind of something that's important because if we can start getting 3-stars in these type of bases, that'll help us out because these are the key bases we need to 3-star to win the wars. Because looking at this base, it's an anti-golem base. It's defending against 5-6 golem attacks because the golems were supposed to walk around in the ring and not actually go to that middle. You can see there's storages kind of separating the middle from the ring, trying to make it so that the golems go out in the circle and not into the middle. So what Groot does is he brings 12 witches, only 3 golems, and that's really effective because look how big these compartments are. There's basically 2 compartments, but these little ones don't really count. And there's no defenses in these little compartments here. So it's not like they have to even break through any walls really to get to defenses. So that way the skeletons, aren't going to get stuck on walls at all. They're just going to be out in front, taking for the witches and all the other stuff. So I want you to pay attention to basically, first of all, 3 freeze spells. That's very important. You need to freeze the infernos in order for the witches to not get shot at. Basically, they take a little while to spawn skeletons, so if the infernos are constantly shooting, you're not going to ever be able to keep all your witches because the skeletons will start to die and the witches will get shot at. So you need to be able to freeze at very certain times, and that way the witches will stay alive. Also, while he freezes, he drops a rage in the middle. That's to help take out those infernos even quicker. So, important there also having a rage, but be patient on it. Only use it for the middle of the base. Once the witches will really start to take fire. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I want you just to watch the witches, how protected they are. Just because he has these freeze spells, he's patient, doesn't drop them right away. Doesn't drop them near any giant bombs. There's no giant bomb possibilities. So we'll take a look at the attack now, but those are some things I want you to watch for while we look at this. Anyway, almost runs out of time as you can see. We'll fast forward a little bit till he starts. Has like 5 seconds left. But 1 golem up there, 2 down here. Only 3 golems. That's kind of rare actually. Usually you see 4 or 5 golem attacks, but only 3. I kind of like that because it has to make room for his witches. Breaks that golem in on that side, and the CC troops actually come out and just start shooting at that golem, and nothing's really like challenging the CC troops, but no big deal. Jump spell, obviously his golems are going to go around the ring because it is an anti-golem base, but the witches are going to the middle, and look at that freeze right there. The witches are just hopping into the core, needs that freeze, and as you can see, about 3 of his witches are going to start shooting at the CC troops. The CC troops actually won't make any progress on the witches, they won't kill them, but they're delaying the witches enough so that they are protected. It's almost like the CC troops are helping out the witches by making them not go in and get taken out by those Teslas or anything. They're staying back and actually protecting the witches. Anyway, the freeze is down, and then he has 2 more freezes. Right here, the skeletons are starting to get taken out, and then 2 more freezes. That's going to get both the Infernos, allow the point defense, so the witch then he's going to rage. So by the time the Inferno's unfreezing, it's been destroyed, and then the other Inferno, that's only 5 spots, and there's a ton of witches in the core. Uses the King's ability that summons some barbarians, helps take up more slots for the Inferno, and this is just a great base. If you see an anti-golem base like this, use witches on it. 12 witches, that's awesome. CC troops are just starting to go down, and those 3 witches are going to be in that second layer of the base, so that way all his troops won't get caught up, because typically this is where your witches die, right here. You can see the wizard tower taking out a lot of his witches, but those witches over there, spawn skeletons, they took out that the wizard tower. Giant Bomb took out a few more witches, so you can see why this strategy doesn't work a lot of the time, just because the witches get taken out after the core goes down. There's giant bombs, and then there's that splash damage on the back end, and you don't have any golems to tank. So that was pretty important. You don't want all your witches in the same place, and those CC troops helped hold up about 3 of his witches, and because of that, they were able to go at a different angle, and they weren't taken out by the splash damage. So that's also important. Don't Groot deployed all his witches in the same spot, but sometimes you want to hold a few and let them go around the outside. And Groot got kind of lucky. The CC troops took like 3 of them away, because if all the witches were in the core there, this wouldn't have been a 3-star. So the Queen's able to shoot down most of the defenses that were outside the ring. So, once again, had there been defenses in these little boxes here and here, that would have been a different story. The Queen wouldn't have been able to get to them. And if there was like a wizard tower or something there, it would have just done work on his witches. You can see the giant bombs are starting to take out more of these witches. But the Queen, the skeleton's going to break through that wall and take out that last building with just enough time for a 3-star. So that's an important thing just to take note of, is how you can use witches in some very certain bases that are even, almost maxed out and get the 3-star. So look for that in your next war. Next base we're looking at is 25. Looking at Spike. So some more Town Hall 9 action. This is just a kind of I like using the strategy. Holova, I guess. But basically, dropping a few balloons just because this base is so spread out. Some of these defenses just free on the outside can pick them off. And then, it has a level 30 queen, so some lower level walls and stuff, but for the most part, it's a pretty high level base. Drops giant to tank a few hogs, going to take out these defenses. Balloon for that. Archer tower, make its way over to the cannon. And then a lot of this point defense goes down, gets the CC lure, so that was nice. Needed to get the CC lure there, just because you don't want a dragon inside the base when you have Valks in there. It might not go down quick enough. So lures out the whole CC, and then just drops his golem. We see this more and more, just dropping the golem and letting the Valks, the heroes, the wizards just take care of the CC troops. That dragon does lock onto the golems and Valks just for a second, but Queen shoots it down, and the Valks make their way into the base, has a nice jump spell, let them into the core. So heals them maybe a little bit early on that heal, just because they're out of it pretty quickly. But second heal was good. They'll be in that for a while, and also a rage. That air defense going down. He has a few balloons he's going to drop right now on the cannon. Just take out those defenses, and then has a few more hogs he can drop to take out some more of this point defense. But as you can see, Valks tend to stall once they get out of the core. They're moving a lot more slowly now. So has some balloons, some hogs, and the queen, which will help take care of these defenses a little bit faster. Hogs deployed right there, take out that archer tower, and a few more for that archer tower. So everything's starting to go down. Drop some minions for cleanup, wizard, and we'll fast forward because all the defenses are going down as the last Tesla goes down, and now it's just about cleanup. So nice job. I mean, Valks, balloons, and hogs are all maxed out at Town Hall 9. So what does that tell you? They're some of the most powerful troops you can use. So it's nice to take advantage of that, especially if you're like level 30 heroes. You can just overpower some of these bases. Next one is Marcel. Slightly lower heroes in the teens. So but still 3-starring a pretty solid base. Has a lot of Lego walls, mostly max defenses, with an exception of some of these cannons and stuff. But a few balloons lures out the CC. We see this base a lot called the General. Just obviously giant bombs by those air defenses. So it can be tricky for some people to take out, but Marcel does a nice job on it. Brings everything to the right side, takes out that dragon. They had a lot of dragons in their CC, and now can just drop that goal on the tank, drop the king, wizard to create the funnel up there, and take out that enemy queen real quick. She even jumps the wall there. Maybe didn't even need that golem, but now that he has it, it does do a lot of tanking, so it probably gets good use out of it. Now just a surgical hog on the bottom. You don't want to put all your hogs in the same spot because there are that giant bomb locations. The golem triggers one of the locations, but you still have the one on the left side, so doing a surgical hog on the bottom, taking out all these point defense real quick. Has 3 heals, being patient on those. First heal was going to go up where the giant bombs are on the top. So he'll drop that right there, and you can see they path over one at a time. Just because a surgical hog, that's going to have more variation, less likely to go over both those bombs at the same time, and has plenty of heals left just because he was so patient on them. He can go ahead and drop that one right there, and I think he doesn't even need that last heal. So that was pretty nice. Taking out that last defense, and then has a few wizards around for cleanup. Maybe a few goblins would have helped or something, but plenty of time. We'll fast forward as he cleans up. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this war recap. Finally getting back to the main clan with some high-level attacks. So hope you guys are excited for more of those to come, and really take note of what Groot did if you're a Town Hall 10, because those bases like that can be 3-starred if you do it right. So the witches are really effective for those anti-golem type bases. Hope you enjoyed this video. That's going to do it, and I'll see you guys later. Bisectron out.